Hi everybody, it's Alex from Radside and we're here today in Infinity Studios office in China. I'm joined by Sam, he's the Sales and Marketing Director of Infinity Studios, and we're going to go over a few questions. Hi Sam, how are you doing? Do you want to introduce yourself, introduce your role, and let me know how you got into the industry?
Hello guys, I'm Sam. I'm from Infinity Studio. I got in as a collector as well. I started playing or collecting statue maybe in 2010. So until now I have 13 years of collections history.
It's always good when you hear that someone involved is actually a collector as well. And we can talk about that a little bit off camera as well, about what you do collect, and we'll pick up on that a bit later on. All right, so let's get into the questions. And do you want to tell me about how did Infinity Studios get started, and give me a little bit of the history there?
Infinity Studio actually started back in 2015, and our founders, Mr. Yu, actually noticing a gap for the statue market for Chinese team characters. He always wanted one of the characters Zhao Yun in his collection. So he tried to make the Zhao Yun statue for himself, and then led to more acquiring licenses from Japan and also from the movie. The first license that we get is Evangelion and also Dragon Ball. And then we try to get into more movie team licenses and diversify ourselves into the collectibles industry.
You mentioned a few there, but you also have some other really big licenses, especially kind of for the Western side. You have DC Comics, you have Bruce Lee, you have World of Warcraft, League of Legends. How do you ensure that your products stand out from your competition then?
First of all, and most importantly, our staff love these licenses. We dedicate a lot into these projects, and we focus heavily on the creativity and also innovation. Our design team is dedicated to bring all the fresh perspective and also uniqueness to the products, and try to create a product that is resonate with our fans and also surprise them with new ideas. And we hope to do that with our future products as well. And then through our quality and also our production, we hope to get the best production, best craftsmanship, and also detail of the products to our fans and collectors.
Do you feel that there's sort of more challenges to obtain licenses being based in China?
At first, yes. Actually, at the beginning, when we first get our licenses from Japan, no one's actually care about us. No one knows about Infinity Studio in the market. So it's actually very difficult for us to get the first license in China back in 2015. But in fact, after trying very hard, we are the first studio in China to get the first Japanese anime license. And it gets easier after that when we start releasing our products to our customers and prove to the licenses that we are able to create and produce good quality products to our happy customers. However, right now, we are having a lot of difficulties and those challenges from our licenses. All those approval is long, extra steps when we need to involve in getting the products done is actually giving us a very hard time when we are developing the products. So I hope in the future the licenses and also the connection between us and the licensor will get easier.
I mean, that's one of the things that maybe people don't understand, but with kind of anime, it's very difficult. Japanese anime and manga, you normally have to deal directly with the artist, or like not federation, but like like the group involved with that license if the artist is not around anymore, and to get approval. It's tough, and to make something 2D into a 3D representation and get it approved, it is a long
Yes,
long
in
hard
fact,
process.
the information that we get from the licensor is not always right. Sometimes you have to refer to a lot of books and also material from the movie in order to get the most accurate and also the information besides from the licenses. So imagine how much work and effort we have put into the products when we are developing it from our 3D graphics.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of it in action, and it does not look like fun. You use like different materials such as silicon as well. That's one of the big things you use at the moment. What are the pros and cons working with this material? And do you feel like you have to educate your customers about the differences involved with this?
I think this is a question from the past. We first introduced the silicon bus back in 2019. When we first initially introduced it, is a lot of uncertainty amongst the collectors about the material that we use. But it has now become the industrial standard for the high-end buses that we produce to the market. There's a lot of pros for the silicon that we use in terms of, for example, in terms of maintaining the screen accuracy and the realism of the characters, and also to ensure the production quality. Silicon is the best, especially when you talk about the facial expressions, the hair, and also the eyeballs. There's a lot of things that we put to make sure that we can recreate the film accuracy to our products. Of course, there's also a cons, and the bad side of silicon is more expensive and is very difficult during the production. We actually spend a lot of time when our QC staff went to the factory and just stationed there for a long time to make sure that we develop and deliver the best quality products to the markets.
That's got to be one of the sort of bonuses of your company being based in China as well. You have the factories on your doorstep.
Yes. In fact, we have a team of QC and production person in our factory and make sure that all the things are in proper orders.
And what does Infinity Studios have as its goal for 2024?
To be honest, we noticed that there is a slowdown in economy in the market, but then that's why we are reducing the total number of products to the market and focus on more hyper-realistic statue instead of the anime products. We wanted to present the best of the Infinity Studio to the market and focus more on what we are doing best. However, due to the nature of the silicon, the production is taken longer than we thought, and we hope to increase the productivity and also our efficiency to meet our fans' standards.
This must be something as well that due to like yourself and several other companies now using silicon, this must be something where you as companies would need to invest into the factories as well to ensure the factories have the relevant staff with the capabilities of doing these products.
Yes, that's why we have a technical team, especially in the silicon line. This is where we build and differentiate ourselves with our competitors. We have a team of high quality technicians where they are very good at making silicon bus. If you notice, our production for silicon bus right now is actually better than a few years ago, and is actually giving us an edge compared to the other player in the market.
But I think there's always going to be something that, even at the time when those buses were released, they would have been the kind of highest possible quality you could have done at the time. And things do move on. I mean, things do move on and techniques improve. So that's always going to be the case that things hopefully look better as the years go on.
Yes, of course. If you see the latest bus that we are producing or developing right now, you can actually differentiate in terms of quality with the latest version or later products compared to the first few products that we introduced to the market. Yeah. Yes, in terms of hair, the eye, the facial expression and everything is totally different compared to last time.
Well, I was just looking at the Patterson Batman, and I mean the stubble on that is really, really good. I don't like sort of talking about it because it makes me sound a bit weird. But when I sort of stroke the kind of statue, and touch it, it feels like bizarre. It feels actually like a person.
Yes.
Well, kind of like a dead person because it's cold. But yeah.
Well, in fact, the latest Superman and also Batman uses our latest technology. You can see the eyeballs which turn lights on effects on this black suit Superman is what has not been done in the market.
What makes you kind of select IPs? Which ones are the ones you go for and the ones you make?
In fact, we gather a lot of ideas and suggestions from our staff and also from our collectors. But we have a team of people who do the market survey and help us to make the decision. There is a lot of IPs that we want to make it into a products, but it's not always the case that we have the resources to do it. That's why it's a choice that we have to make in order to have a long-lasting business.
It must be quite like there must be a real frustration because it used to. We had a conversation about this earlier, and it used to be that there was a lot more exclusivity with licensing. It must be like if you go off, you make a product for a year or so, and you bring it to market, and then you realize you're not the only one with that product on the market. That must be really frustrating to be in that situation.
Yes, of course, because you never know the risk that you are going to take when the development time is so long. But that's why for us, Infinity Studio, we would like more choices, and then we will choose the classic movie, classic IPs, in order to have a better position when we start selling the products.
Well, it is something that there are certain movies which are definitely timeless. I mean, if you look back at the history of kind of statue collecting, and you look back over something like, we're talking about Harrison Ford again, Indiana Jones. So you see that Sideshow made Indiana Jones back in maybe 2008 or so, and they've done a few versions of him. Then you had Cinemaquettes make him around the similar sort of time, and now you have other companies like J&D making him now. So that is a real kind of timeless character that you know over the years won't go away. So it must be a goal to have those kind of markets like, you know, the Terminator to try to build on from there.
I think it's a choice that we have to make sometimes because we are based in China and most of our fans is still in China. That's why we have to select those that are better for us, especially compared with the things that we can do, our resources, our advantages. Not all IPs, not all classic IPs is suitable for us, but we will choose carefully when it comes to IPs. Yes.
So what is the dream license that you would like to work on with Infinity Studios?
In fact, we have a very strict when it comes to choosing the right IPs for us. But the dream IP for the company or for our founders will be Star Wars. Yeah, I think it's very difficult to get it and obtain. But more classic Hollywood movies and games like Resident Evil is what we are after as well. So stay tuned when we announce our new IPs in the future.
Look forward to hearing for that for sure. But just to cover that, I mean, I know that Star Wars is a very tough license to get because I believe it's back in the time where a lot of those agreements are going to be with the actors themselves rather than the studio.
Yes.
So like now with MCU, Disney will own all of the rights for all of the likenesses for the actors. The only problem would be is, say, Robert Downey Jr. because he wears Gucci glasses, so you can't do that. But other than that, most of them will go through Disney. They'll go yes or no. With the Star Wars ones being the older things where merchandise is part of their contract, probably you'll have to like probably go to like Harrison Ford's estate and say, can we do this, and get approval that way.
Yes, in fact, this is not only for Star Wars. We do have the same problems with other movies and other IP as well. So this is something that we need to get around with.
Especially Arnold, which you've done.
Yes.
So. All right. So I just want to thank you for your time, and thank you for Infinity Studios for showing me around and having me for the day. It's been absolutely amazing. Do the usual, everyone. Do like, comment, subscribe, and share, and definitely check out Infinity Studios if you haven't. I'll put their socials in the comments below. Thank you. Happy collecting, everyone.
Thank you.